Hello, welcome back. Another flawless glitch and more Pale Riders were cast this turn. We attacked 3 of Ocaf's provinces with our big glitches. One of those provinces did have a bunch of friends. So we got the Friends of the River, we got some Elkbird champions, a couple of mages here too. Versus... This is the glitch brand guy, right by Crystal. When we finish buffing, we've got 9 cold resistance and 25 invuln plus ethereal. So I don't think these guys can actually hurt us unless they get very lucky. The Elkbird champions I think are a bit scarier. Yeah, these guys do a lot of damage. The Elkbird guys I think are just trapped behind the friends though. These guys have 2 forms and the shield is really good as well. Also got a little bit of invuln. Ice protection, so they're really tanky. So it takes us a while to kill these guys. Even though they can't really hurt us. But when all is said and done, we still have Twist Fate from our Bless, so I don't think we got hit at all in this battle. Which is pretty good. Admittedly, this guy does represent an enormous amount of gems. But, you know. Still good. So that one was Verdant Shepherd Steppe. Killed 18 things total. 15 friends, these guys are very expensive. That's pretty nice at least. The other 2, nothing really there. We took those, no problems. We saw Shinu taking Llama. So, yeah. I think Marvoni is getting rolled a bit by Yomi, unfortunately. We also attacked into Gladewood, so we're just taking this back with the mercenaries. It's the one that got nabbed by an early, but there was nothing here. There's no mages sitting in the province doing air elementals. So our mercenaries took that back. And we also saw Yomi taking home back off us. So the little guy here chasing our glitch arrives here. So that's it for battles. Events then, huge pile, transformed our loop breaker. Rivers gained some unrest, unfortunate, and Uncountable gained some resources. Yeah, and then lots of people got discovered on Yomi's cap. Sweetwater's still open. Yeah, I guess he started patrolling here now, so I'm moving the remaining spies away. Maybe we can go back and unrest it again later on. So that's a shame. How many did we lose? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 spies, damn. We'll unrest this, I guess, or something else. Throne is this? Throne of the Moon. No recruitables there. Yeah. So that's it for messages. Here's how the world looks now. You can see some red arrows moving towards my fort over here. I'm going to try and break siege. My god can't break siege because he's immobile, unfortunately. So he won't be in the fight. But we'll have 2 more flawless glitches. We can both move over there. And also a couple of provincial glitches, so we're trading our god for more of that. But I'm going to try and break siege. I feel like we're only getting weaker now the longer we sit here. We hit a nice research target. We could keep making research, but our Dominion's just staying weak, and we're just gaining unrest. And unrest also counts as turmoil for chaos power. So I don't think it's likely we're going to tip this all the way back up to Order 2, Order 1 or anything anytime soon. And while we're doing that, now that this fort has been taken, and I can see these guys here, it seems like he's in the position now where he'll start like reinforcing this army. So I think we only get weaker here and he only gets stronger now from this point on. So as much as I don't like it, I think we have to try and break siege. So I'm going to cast Rigor Mortis on turn 1 with this guy. And this guy's coming over who's just going to do normal spells. And then we've still got these guys in the battle. I'm going to do anti-magic on turn 1 with this little guy. And then put up Skeletal Legion on turn 2 to help us with the magic resist to negate the disease, maybe. Got Relief going off on turn 2. Divine Blessing. So this is awkward, right? I put Returning on this guy because I thought it returned him to his home province. I know that the ring doesn't do that. The ring just teleports you back to your cap. When I look at the buff, it says this will return to the main citadel, right? And that sounds more like your cap. So Amakesha has my Divine Blesser, so he only really needs to survive one turn. He also has a backup anti-magicka. But I don't really want this guy to just get hit and get sent home immediately. See, the spell itself, and this is like my defense, the spell itself doesn't say main citadel, it says home citadel. And that to me sounds like home province, which is usually the spell that the province that you cast spells in. Like Twiceborn sets your home province to wherever it was cast. So Mage Return to the home citadel to me sounded like it would return to wherever it was cast. But the buff on Amakesha himself looks... I think this is just the ring buff, right? So it'll actually send him back to the cap. Which is unfortunate. But his only job really is to do Divine Blessing, but I would like to keep him in the battle if I can. I don't want him to just get hit and go home. I don't know. Hierophant's on turn 1, Wind Guide's on turn 1. Yeah. So we'll just try Breaking Siege into the stack and see what happens, I suppose. We have an awful lot of mage power, but it's just a question of whether or not we can survive against all these, like, really powerful demons. So we have stuff in the front to just hopefully draw arrow fire. We have lots of skeletons in the front then, to stand around my glitches while they buff up with Soul Vortex and stuff. And then right at the back we have blocks of archers. They're now in blocks because my god was leading them and he's a good leader, but we don't have him now. So they're in blocks. They'll be wind guided. A lot of these demons have very low protection, so I think like 80 archers all with wind guide would probably be quite good. And then I've got lines of Stellar and Sacreds as well. Somewhere. It's very hard to select the Stellar, but they're in there. So they'll eventually walk forwards. Everything's on like skirmish or sparse line, just kind of spread out for arrows. So I'm hoping our main units can get past our Soul Vortexing line quickly without having too much of their life drained. I don't know. The undead at least will be fine. And then we've got all the other mages who are mostly just spamming Horde of Skeletons. I might change their script slightly so that they do less buffs and more skeletons early. That might be better, I don't know. I have an alternating one where there's like Skelly's body, Skelly's Ellie, and then Skelly's body, Skelly, Ellie. Maybe the buff's coming that late is a bit much, but maybe I just do this one. Get off some skeletons on turn 1, you know? Yeah, I might just do them all as that instead. That we actually get some skeletons off on turn 1. Probably good. Makes my mages a bit more vulnerable, I suppose. It might be a waste to cast it, so we're going to cast the big version though, right? Maybe I should replace this with Elite Fortitude. Alright, after I've gone through the turn, I'll replace that with Elite Fortitude on turn 2 and just assume we're going to get the big skeletal body off. But that's all that's happening over here. We're going to try and break siege, and it might be a mistake, but I feel like we're only going to get weaker, so I might as well try it. Over here, Ocaf actually moved a big stack to Forest. There's 190 things here now. Although it's hard to tell, it might be inflated. So I'm going to merge my army up here. I'm going to move all the flawless glitches over, plus whatever I've got here. So if he moves onto this throne, then we can just take his cap, I think. This says 160 units, but there's only like birds patrolling. Because we got discovered in Ocaf this turn. There's 53 birds. So I don't know, this might be pretty empty. If he wants to swap the throne for his cap, I think that's a good trade for us. Then we can go back and take the throne back. Although if he does get here, that does allow him to just walk this way, I guess, and try... No, he'd have to go through this fort as well, and these mountain passes really help us. I don't know, I'm moving up here anyway, so we've got a big block of dudes here with 3 flawless glitches around it. So we'll threaten his cap if he threatens my throne. See what happens then. Little stack here. These guys were going to start raiding with the skeletons, but there's a little stack here now, so he's going to move back to defend in the Bone Tribe province, which is still 40 PD. A couple of mages as well. So that might be okay. Research is down to 166. Lots of people moving out now. Got movement here and movement here. Not a lot of research. These provinces are really nice if we can actually hold them. It's a 10k population province. This one's 10k as well. It would be really nice to finish off Ocaf and take this territory and then move into Ayomi, but yeah. Very tense everywhere. I hope this goes well. I hope this wasn't a mistake. Same here. We do have, what, 30 sacreds now in my cap. I am going to do another round of provincial transfig this turn on each pile. Remember to do that. My god, should I teleport my god out of the province so I can use him later on? Maybe. And I was just sitting there researching though. Yeah, but I think that's it for this turn. So maybe that's a mistake what I've done, but that's what I've done. So thanks for watching and I'll see you next turn. Hello, welcome back. We did provincial transfig again. Dire important. I forgot what this is. I think it's Alm casting Gift of Health. Right, I remember now. Yeah, that sucks. I was thinking of casting that one day. Calum has a new prophet. Immortan Joe, but with wings, the Eagle King. And then lots of battles. The big one was Sweetwater, right? That's the name of my fort. Yeah. Okay. Let's remind ourselves what we have here. This was Yomi's sieging army. Lots of dudes. We have lots of Karasu Tengu. Oh wow, these guys were starving. It didn't even occur to me that... because these demons don't have to eat. Do the little guys all have to eat? Is that... oh, these guys are gluttons too. Well, they don't have to eat, but they're gluttons. So they take extra supply from the province. But do any of these little guys even need to eat? No, they're all just gluttons who don't need to eat. So they just starve the Tengu. That's pretty funny. That's gotta be annoying. Oh, the little Bakamona guys are starving as well. It didn't even occur to me that there might be starvation in this army, because I see demons and I just assume they don't eat. But yeah, I guess he does have some stuff that isn't demons. Anyway, then we have our stuff. I'm still not sure how exactly I should be positioning things, because we have this like nice line of glitches. They all put up Soul Vortex. But of course then some of our stuff has to actually walk through that. And the glitches aren't immune to that. They're not undead or anything, so I don't know. We've got the mercs and the wolves in the front to take some of the starting arrows anyway. So on turn 1 we put up Divine Blessing, as well as Arrow Fend and Wind Guide. And Rigor Mortis as well. But we then get Relief up. This is a JBBM game, so Banish also works on demons, which is probably worth noting. A bit of a mess in the front, it's hard to tell what's going on, but we have this line of mostly 2 and 3 glitches, some skeletons, a couple of foul spawn mercenaries in there. And we're holding up. These guys are on 50 Teague. That's a ghost. 31 in the back. But we do have lots of additional skeletons coming out. We also have lots of our sacreds. They're on a sparse line, so they're kind of... they've filtered through here now. They should all be wind guided too. Earth shielded too, yeah. They got earth shield. They also have the pierce resistance from the Skeletal Legion spell. Never seen this cast before, I don't think. It's pretty cool though, because it barely diseases anything. So mostly our units just all have pierce resistance for free. But it takes us a long time to get through this front line. Not much going on at the back. Occasionally some of our glitches turn into one glitches, and then they just end up back here. But we're just kind of holding up, you know. I'll speed this up a bit now, I think. You get the idea. Lots and lots of soulless here now from all of our guys just spamming skeletons every turn. So eventually you can see we have far more phantasms, skeletons, and glitches than he has demons. So we're definitely winning in terms of overall movement. And I don't think his arrows are doing much to us. Our little mage block at the back is still rock solid. And then all of these big glitches with Soul Vortex just in front of them are all just standing up, getting up, raise dead when they can. So, you know, it's very slow going. But I think at this point he doesn't really... like, if he wasn't going to get through this front line 6 turns ago, he's not going to do it now. He's probably a lot more fatigued than we are. There's a Yuriki Oni that's on 82 fatigue. Our glitches are on over 100 fatigue now, but we've got lots of soulless who can keep fighting. Tide's turning here. Yeah, a lot of these guys are fatigued out, which is good. They're the big sacreds. How much do you cost? 10 gold a year. Lots of soulless. We got off lots of raised deads in this battle. The life draining stuff as well. And this is good too. So these big guys are both 200 fatigue, I think. Yeah. And this is his profit. So it takes us a little while to damage these guys, but... yeah. Oh well, to a big mage and a profit. Pretty good. So we successfully break siege. That's a lot of solace. So, you know, achieved what we set out to do. Frees us up a little bit in this part of the world. Sweetwater gold petals. So, first things first, we didn't lose any mages, which is always good. Comparatively, he did lose mages, which is bad for him. Lost to Dai Tengu, Dione Daimo, his profit. So good stuff there. It did require an awful lot of mage power on our side though, relative to what he had, which is not great. But we killed 401 things, we killed a lot of high quality stuff as well as just trash as well. These guys are 30 gold each. How much do these things cost? 515 gold? 490 gold? Yeah, that's probably pretty good that we killed those things. Also killed 101 Konis, 86 Bakemono Watches, 50 Aka Onis, 67 Shikomis. I'm pretty sure most of this stuff is either free spawn or easy to get, but it's 400 units. And what did it cost us? It cost us lots of glitches. All of the 1 glitches, most of the 2 and 3 glitches, one of the 4 glitches as well. 12 of our archers, all of our long dead pretty much, well, half of the skeletons, all the horses. 14 stellar and 16 sacreds. So, you know, all in all, not actually that bad. It's a shame to have lost all the long dead horsemen and all the glitches, but in the grand scheme of things, I think it's pretty safe to say we came out on top on that exchange. Yeah, it did require an awful lot of mages to do it, but I suppose it's not... We didn't have to use all of them, I suppose. Anyway, so that's good at least. Yumi then did move into the adjacent province with some blood mono, so yeah. Also Wailing Wood and Sleepy Mountains, those are the two provinces over by Ocaf. So Wailing Wood and Sleepy Mountains. So we can see more of his stuff moving around. Sleepy Mountains is pretty big, 150 units. But I think we just killed a lot of his high quality stuff, hopefully. Fingers crossed. We then got attacked in Spooky Mistcloak Mountains by 2 Mistfeather Shaman. But this was the province that I moved my army into, so these guys don't last very long. They do some big rallies, but I don't think they do much. So we killed 2 more of his mages, which is good. So all in all, you know, it's a good turn for battles. And we also got to spy Kirko attacking Russ. Russ's cap is empty, I think. Certainly there was nothing patrolling. But he does have a big squad outside the capital, so that's something. Yeah, but Kirko just running a big line of clowns. Mostly enormous clowns, a couple of regular clowns. I've seen as blessed before, but it's Cold Res, Regen, Chill, and Larger. Larger is a pretty common bless on clowns because of the comically large kick attack, which is 2 times versus smaller beings. So doing 2 times damage against pretty much everything, especially on the enormous clowns. Goes a size 5 with the larger bless, so yeah. Not too many mages, but I guess they don't need that many mages. Running a very sacred heavy lineup. So we can see Russ's cap under siege by clowns now too. This is the other army Russ has nearby though. Events, we did Provincial Transfig, Locust Swarms in Ice Cream Land, 6 fire gems in Uncountable, and 655 gold, a couple of gems and a mirror armor in Verdant Shepherd Steppe. That's pretty nice. 18 units cured of disease. A Blatherskite was promoted in Wretched Throne. I don't think we've seen that yet, but yeah, Blatherskites do eventually turn into members of the Stellar if they get enough experience. And that's it for messages. We did get a scout discovered on Ocaf's cap, so we can see there's 175 things patrolling. 98 units in the province defense. Mostly birds of prey though, there's 84 Elkbow champions and 13 Cavern Forge champions. So it's going to be rough moving on to his cap, but yeah. That's it. There's no but. It's going to be rough moving on to his cap. That's it for messages though. Right. So we're no longer under siege here. I put the PD up to 25. We'll try to patrol out the unrest in a couple of turns as well. First though, I'd like to get back some provinces, especially border provinces, so that my neighbours can see that I am taking back my provinces. Always important to do that bit. So sending small squads into Two Rivers and Fetid Basin. So I think it's like 6 loot breakers plus 2 thread breakers plus a priest plus 3 flawless glitches, and then half the units I have. So 15 melee, 29 archers, couple of glitches. Big glitches down here doing the usual spells. Mages up here doing Horde of Skeletons. That's the Fetid Basin army. Two Rivers is exactly the same. 29 archers, 15 melee units, couple of glitches. Big glitches down here doing the usual spells. Mages up here doing Horde of Skeletons. So we'll try and take back those. They're still adjacent to this fort if we need to get back into it. Maybe we can take back some more stuff around here. Not sure. But we'll try and get back at least our territory for now. This little stack could move into Omphalia now because this river is frozen. But we have some glitches in Huge Pile, and I'm casting Individual Transfig again on a Loot Breaker. So we'll have a little army here. And I'm also moving out the stuff currently in my cap to same plane. So lots more Sacreds and Archers. So we'll have stuff adjacent to this if we lose it next turn. And this guy will be trapped then, I guess. So should be fine. The leader of this army is not stealthy, even though the units are. So not a big deal if he moves in. We'll kill all that next turn if so. So as long as we don't just get another giant 700 unit stack on our border again next turn, I think we have another couple of turns of breathing room against Yomi, which is good. So while that's happening, we need to continue taking out Ocaf. We had quite a bit of gold this turn, so we can start doing recruitment in these forts again. The goal is just to be able to recruit more stuff than he can, and then gradually we just grind him down. So what I might try to do now is just ignore his cap for a few more turns and just try and take Wald, so it's another place we can recruit out of. First things first though, there is this stack of 150 Yomi units chasing us that's been taking the provinces behind us. So there's lots of Aka Onis and Onis, Akamona archers. There will be flaming arrows in this battle, which is a bit annoying, but can't do much about that. But I'm going to try and defend against this army, because I think it will attack this province next, because that's the only province left adjacent to him that's mine. He might take it back. I'm not sure. So I'm going to try and defend this province. This province is really important for multiple reasons. First up, it has a ton of gems, which we don't want Ocaf to get back. It has the river site, which we also don't want Ocaf to get back. It has a 10k population, so it's 100 income, so we'd really like to maintain it as well, on top of the gems. And it has heavy cav PD, which makes it a great place to do a defense. So yeah, I bumped it all the way up to 30 PD. And we're just going to roll everything over. The PD is going to be in the middle. We've got big glitches down here. These guys have like lots of items too, so these are really powerful. And then my army's just hiding up here behind everything. And one awkward thing is I have to do just a few large squads, which is usually pretty bad. So I've just got 2 big squads of archers, 2 big squads of stellar, and 2 big squads of sacreds. Reason I have to do that is because if this army gets hit by seeking arrows, and like the leader dies, then my whole army gets stranded. So I have to give the units to the big leeches who have the missile protection amulets, so that none of our units are ever going to get stranded by seeking arrows. So that's a bit awkward, but besides that, everything is pretty fine. We don't have any gems with this army, so I can't do anything clever. But we have lots of skeletons, so we'll go here, we'll do a 30 heavy cav PD defense. And hopefully this guy moves into us and we wipe out another 100 or so Yomi units. You could even take this fort then, which would be very funny. I'm not sure, but let's at least try to do a defense here. Also rebid on our mercenaries, and in the mercenaries down with some cavemen. We can recruit cavemen out of Thodes. I'm going to get a few of these guys. These guys will be great for sitting in our armies, because if they get hit by seeking arrows, it doesn't matter. They have 26 hit points, they'll tank so many seeking arrows. We just have like 10 cavemen with these armies, they'll soak up loads of arrows for us. So I've been recruiting a few of these guys. They'll just follow our armies around. They'll merge up with these guys coming out as well. I'm going to attack Dragon Scale with those undead guys we had. So I'll move the mercenaries and the undead guys into Enormal in 2 turns maybe, as long as both of these battles go fine. There is this stack here that could defend something. But yeah, Dragon Scale's going to get the undead guys. Nothing too special there, just a bunch of soulless, some Horde of Skeleton spam. And this province is just getting the mercenaries, just on line formation, hold and attack. I suppose you should just be attacked, shouldn't you? Probably on hold and attack from when it was with an army. So we'll defend this and we'll try and take these. We'll just try and keep taking Ocaf's provinces. And yeah, we're doing recruitment in this fort and in this fort, mages and units now. So we can just keep shoving stuff down towards his cap. And eventually we'll try to sit on it. And even if it goes badly, as long as we can recruit far more stuff than he can, we will eventually grind him down. And that'll be the plan. We do have a temple now in really cool province. I'm going to try and get a temple down in Wretched Throne as well. I'm recruiting a regular priest in this province to go over and build one. Yeah. And that's it for this turn. There's a few little like special things. I'm doing Twiceborn with Amakeshidon. That mirrored armor we got from an event is this thing. So Amakeshidon now has 3 more magic resistance and 18 protection. A bit more encumbrance, but yeah. He's looking pretty strong. And my god is doing Ritual of Returning as well. not doing much research at the moment, but the next target will include Solar Brilliance, so in theory if we see a big stack we can teleport our god onto it, put up Solar Brilliance and just try to survive for a couple of turns, and then get returning home. Might be useful. I don't think anything else is happening. Oh, I'm doing some instilling Uprising over here. I'll just do it for one turn. It's not a very good province, but might as well use the spies for something. And just move them around. Yeah. Just pressing buttons now. That's it for this turn, though. Yeah, so hopefully everything goes well. I can't really see this area very well, so I don't know how risky these two moves are, but I mean, hopefully it's fine. I'm going to partial just in case someone submits while I check the video. Well, that was turn 42, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.